Hello everybody, Harold again. Rim to River 100, 14 days, 16 some hours. It's 2 o'clock here right now. East Coast. This is my gear list. I'm really not going to review. I'll just maybe say a word or two about everything. Some of this stuff I've had long enough that it's no longer in. I put what is an equivalent to it right now, which is the best I could do. Not necessarily that anybody's going to follow this or whatever. I have no sponsorship. I don't care about anybody's ulterior motives, nothing. These are the things that work for me and that I found that I like. That's all that there is. I'm just a person out here running and trying their best. That's it. So with that, I'll just say a brief couple of things about some of these items and move on. I'm not getting into very specific detail, like here's the unboxing and all that stuff. I'll leave the list of the links, which I've got right here. At the end somehow, I'll try to figure that out when making the video, who knows. So, oh yeah, it's bow tie Friday. Anyway, I went to work today and I wear a bow tie on Fridays because I don't know. And then I don't take it off in case I'm doing other stuff, whatever. So we will get directly into it. Here's the beginning of my stuff. I'm going to start with a couple pair of my shorts. These are the Run Rabbit Run Shredders 2-in-1. They got lots of nice little pockets. I put little tabs on it because I found it really hard to find that back pocket right here. This is where I put my trash, is back in this little right side. And I found it really hard. So this little pocket makes it really easy to grab that and pull and get a finger in there. So I've done that over here on the left side too, in case whenever I'm putting in the left. Chapstick goes up front. It's got this thing. It's got the pull things. I've never used the pull things, but I love the way that they feel and they don't cause chafing, or I have never chafed in them. Let's say that. These are my second pair of Run Rabbit shorts. Oh God, they're inside out. This may take an hour. I should have checked that before. Anyway, these are the FTK 2.0 blah, blah, blah. I got these several years ago. They've now since changed what they are. These ones I like a little bit better. The pockets in here are a little deeper. It's got 5 big stash. It's got 5 pockets in here. The big zipper pocket, no pole thing. And once again, these things are really good in the summer. This, with the holes all in it, it doesn't do the grab ass, you know? That's what shorts like to do, is grab ass. This really keeps it jumping around and moving off your body and moving a lot of liquid off. And in here, I believe that this is just a little bit of squeeze, which I think is very useful during these long events. And it does keep you slightly warmer in these long events. If it's just chilling down, feel like I'm slightly warmer. Okay. Short sleeves. I've been wanting one of these Run Rabbit short sleeves for a very long time, and I've always gotten on too daggone late, and they're all gone. Well, they make like 2 or 3 colorways. One's the Western States, so I'd never get that one because, well, yeah, never done Western States, and I don't care for that. And then the other color's the cool color, but it's blue, and I just can't stand any more blue in my life. So I went with the white, and it is great because it gets dirty really quick. It holds on to all of the colors and all of the staining, but it does have a perforated back, which helps move that fluid around. It drains liquid off of you extremely quickly. It does get a little sucky on the front side. It sticks after a while, but once it gets fully saturated, then it has enough weight to kind of bounce around and doesn't stick to you as much, but there's a weird time frame. Really, really loved running in this shirt during the hot summer. Next shirt, I've been looking for one of these shirts to try on, and we went to a really nice outfitter store in the neighboring town of ours. This is the Rourke, what am I saying? The Bless Up Trail shirt. I couldn't find this version of it. I put a link up to some color variant on there. It's the exact same thing. The difference between this and the Run Rabbit shirt is this one has every, you can almost see through this. Every quarter inch there's a hole. So it can't suck to you. It's always got a movement and a motion to it. It's been extremely comfortable. It's been amazing. Will this hide dirt more? Probably not. I just haven't worn it in a good dirty run yet. It's relatively new to my shirt routine. And then I have, just beyond those shirts, I have other just regular training shirts, which are race shirts that I've had from the past, and they're all different varieties of race shirts. So I didn't list any of those. Those are just like my specialty long run shirts that I really like to wear certain occasion. Let's get on to bottom layers. These, you can't find these exact ones anymore. These are the Abisco women's 3/4 length tight. They've got the articulation, impeccably built. I've worn these for the better part of 6 years, 6 winters now. And they still grab, they're still very comfortable. They wick a little bit of moisture. The new ones have like the different movement area right here with the different weave in it, which moves moisture really well. This has been great. It doesn't feel weird. It's great for sitting around it. It doesn't tear this thing up. So you can sit on rocks, go over everything, and it doesn't tear up like a regular tight would. I got the women's because the men's weren't in the 3/4 length. And what size is this in the women's? This is a women's medium. And it fits amazingly well. This wide waistband that they give the women is absolutely incredible. It feels like it's not there grabbing your waist. The men's is like this big and it's really a tight cinch. So, the hips range a little wide in it, but it's flexible and you don't really notice or care. Good stash pocket. What else I got? Socks. So these are some features. They're, North Carolina based mill company. Really good socks. They move moisture plenty fine. I haven't had chafing problems. I haven't put, I put a ton of miles on these and I haven't poked through anywhere yet, which I tend to poke through socks really quick if they're not well made. I just replaced these for some old Smart Wools that I had to get rid of because there was no thread left on the bottom of them. And I got rid of a couple pair of Darn Tough because, there was just no thread left almost anywhere on them. I've worn them so long. These are the only pair of Darn Toughs I have. So if it's cold, you will see me in these things. They hold a little bit of moisture, but with my shoes, there's a fine balance. My shoes wick so much moisture out that I find that these are plenty fine. Sometimes when they do get wet, they cause like a little weird bunching here. It's only the small things. If it's dry, they're absolutely perfectly fine. And these are thick. These have to be, I've got to be, once it gets up to 40, I got to get out of these things. Let's say that. Moving on to, what do I have? I thought I had I missed my shirt. Okay, I missed my, new to me, I had a Smart Wool it was a 3/4 zip a half zip. So the other zipper on my old one went down to like here. I had to get rid of it because it just didn't do anything anymore. Like I literally threadbare the entire thing. My absolute favorite shirt. And I've been trying to find another one, and it took me like 2 years before they came back out with this I'm gonna call it intra knit thermal. So it's got some knitting on here that helps move a little bit more. It hugs really well. I've worn it. I wore it today. I don't see that it's going to be any different than the old one that I had, which I absolutely loved. It's not a heavy weight. It's like I think it's like in the 150, 125 weight. So you can wear it cold. You can go a little warmer. You know, if you're moving slow at night and it's 50, this will be all that you need. You know, if it's in the 40s, this still may be all that you need. Anyway, that's that. Onward and so forth. Oh, here's the real fun part. What are we putting on our feet? Oh, this is where everybody has an idea. Well, here we go. One of my all-time favorites, Ultra Lone Peak 8. Shouldn't surprise anybody. The wide toe box, you know, after mile 60, you know, this is 100% more than likely going to be my shoe. Maybe even a little earlier if my feet feel a little fatter by then. I can't say enough about these shoes. I think everybody's heard enough about these shoes. These are mine. I've got a pair of gaiters, which I plan on using. If it's really dry, I'm going to definitely be wearing gaiters. And if it's raining, I'll definitely wear the gaiters. Keep the little stuff out. Fancy fine shoes. The next ones I have is my Topo TerraVenture 4s. Yeah, TerraVenture 4. I think they just came out with a 5 maybe. I've been running in Topos for a really long time. Wide toe box, slightly less cushion than Ultra. So it does you can get your feet beat up in these a little bit more. I may start the race in this and go through like the whole canard get it through that really nice flat section in canard until we get, I think, back to Long Point or somewhere, or the next place, maybe even the first aid station, and put these ones on. Take these ones off and get into the Ultras. Give my feet a little more cushion and break, but absolutely love these shoes. And then for even fancierness, I needed to replace these 4s are going to be their last race. This is it. Like they're at the end of their life. You know, if I get 30 good miles out of them in this race before my feet start aching a little bit, I'll be lucky. I tried to find them. I wear a size 14. Trying to find size 14 is difficult sometimes, locally or even online. At the exact time I wanted to replace and get a new pair to start breaking in for this race, I couldn't find a size 14 in either of those two, you know, Topo or Ultra. So I'm like, well, I've never done Hokas before, and I knew that I wanted something with a little more cushioning. I'm 55 years old. You know, the Ultras have a little more cushioning than the Topos. I'm like, you know, let's go put our feet in a pair of Hokas and see what they feel like. Let's give this a shot because they've got the most cushion I can get. So luckily my local run store had a pair of 14 Speed Goat 6s. I've put tons of miles on these in the last, I think, month and a half, maybe 2 months. The tread's holding up really nice, getting a little soft on the back end. But, you know, lets me do the roll, my ankle. I like that ankle roll that it gives you. The cushion's just absolutely amazing. I mean, that's what Hoka is, you know, run on clouds or something. I don't know. They move water really quick. I've gone through creeks, rivers, and, you know, a mile or so down the road, you don't have that squishy feeling anymore. Everything's moving out and starting to dry up. So they did a good job on that. I haven't had a problem with the new stack height. It hasn't caused me any concern about stepping up and having that extra, I think it's 8mm difference between my ultras. So Hoka Speedgoat 6. Apparently Carl's running in there. I'll have to go thank him for all the work he's done. Onward and so forth. Okay, we got through shoes. Some other random kit. Here's my craft. I get super cold. This is just the first layer of gear. A friend of mine was, my fingers freeze immediately. I have terrible circulation. Toes do the same thing, but they usually get pounded up to get warm, not your fingers. A friend of mine said, go get the ones with mittens. Life-changing. This is so much warmer. And you can do everything you want, and then they just flip out of the way, and if you don't ever need them, they just go back in. They make my life so much better. I have another pair of silk liners. If it's really cold, I'll wear a pair of silk liners. And I also have a pair of Climb motorcycle gloves that are windstop gloves, which are thicker. So I'll wear, the silks with the Climb. And then as soon as it gets warm enough, I can wear the silks with this and the boot over it. Keeps my hands warm. Really, really enjoy them. And they're super bright. So when you drop one, you can see it. All right. I was an Ultimate Directions guy for a very long time. I had bought a new pack of theirs about 2 years ago and did, multiple events in it. Never quite satisfied with it. A couple of my friends who run have this exact same pack, or just maybe the version before the 10 or something, I don't know where they called it before. This is the ADV 12. Yeah, the ADV Skin 12. It's amazing. I'm going to say that. It is absolutely amazing. It feels super comfortable on. You don't notice it on, even when it's loaded down with all the crap. And I fill my stuff up, with all my crap, 2 liters of water there, another liter of electrolytes in the front, poles, emergency blanket, 3 hours worth of food in the pockets. It's got the pass-through. It's got, loops. It's got the little extensions in the back. The biggest, coolest thing is this little kangaroo pouch in the back. It's right there. Stuffing stuff in that, like I have a pair of poles I'm going to come out with. They have gloves on them. I can get my hat into here. You could stuff a light jacket into there, get it out, whatever you want. It is so easy. And it doesn't move because it's like, it's stretchy and hugs you. Super like this. Moving on. I put a link up to the latest version of this. Where am I? The Solomon. What did I put the link up for? What do they call this thing? Sense Aero Wind. Mine's an older version of it, but basically the same. I found this on sale in Seattle, some store in Seattle. Absolutely love this thing. Venting, it's got the hood, which is important. It's rain temporarily resistant, so it keeps out a little bit of that rain. Keeps wind out really good and holds just enough heat, and you can unzip it. And it's got a little snap here, so this can be flowing around, but it still be snapped right here. It all folds up into this pocket and would easily fit in that kangaroo pouch. I've worn this tons of times. All right, on to the next set of 2 things. Quiver. I've been using Leckies for years and years and years. This is my 3rd pair of Leckie poles. I can't say enough about their poles. I just recently upgraded to these new poles. Here's the quiver, whatever. If it goes really good on this. If you don't have a ADV Skin with the little tabs, let me show you the tabs. Here's the little tab things, you know, right here. This little tab pin connector thingy. If you don't have this, you can just sew the little tab things on there and then sew a loop in there and put this guy through the loop right here. They never tell you that. It's hard to, but that's why this little loop's here. You put it through the, okay. Anyway, I've absolutely loved my poles. They're just really heavy, and I could never find because I'm so tall and wear 125s, the length of them, if I put them in the front and stuff them in the pocket, the head of it's really big and digs into my ribs, and it puts the top of the pole like, you know, I could eat off of it. So I decided, you know, it's time to upgrade, save myself some weight, blah, blah, blah. So I got the Ultra Trail FX1. This is not the super light one. This has there's 3 different sizes. This is the 125, and at the time I could only get it in this color way, which is fine, which has been the colorway I would have chosen, because the other one's like red. God, I don't need any more red in my life. I dig the pink. You can see them, and chances are nobody's going to want to pick up a pink pole but me. So this is 16 millimeters and 14 millimeter thick. This is 16 mil, 16 mil, and 14 mil. So it's a little sturdier than the ultra lightweight one, which is a 14, 12, and a 12. And I've been clipped in, and I've already snagged, you know, the good rock and all that good stuff, and like got it between my legs and looked down as I was going, it got it between my legs, and I leaned on it. Man, this thing flexes like a mofo. I'm thinking these are going to be good for the long haul. Super happy with them. It takes a little getting used to here, then having the strap over and the flick. I've worked through that. I got them long enough ago, and I've been using them long enough that I've gotten used to that nice little flick and the placement and how to manipulate my hand. All that good stuff. You know, they come with the medium, large, extra large glove. It's the only choice you have. They don't give you a choice. I didn't know that they came with gloves, so I ordered another pair of gloves and then had to send the other pair of gloves back because it didn't say this is what's included on their website. A friend of mine got them for his wife, who wears a small, medium. I think it's small and medium is their next one down. It came with these. He said, oh, she's a small. They just sent them to her. No extra charge. So if you've got small hands, don't fret. Get them, say, hey, I've got small hands, and they'll send you the small gloves for certainty. So that's those critters. Getting close to the fun stuff. All right, here's where the biggest debate in the planet is. What type of headlamp do you like? One that shines, one that's light, one that isn't too fussy, one that doesn't do too much, one that fits fine on my head, doesn't bobble around. If it can last all night, that'd be amazing. If I can just quickly change one battery in it. I went with the rechargeable battery. This uses the really big fat battery. I can't remember what the size is for those, but it's a single battery in here. It's got a charger port in the back. This is a Phoenix HM65. A phenomenal headlamp. It will last you all night long. Like, it will last a 16-hour night, period. Like, I've done that before, and it has juice to spare in it. It's really easy to change out the battery if you need to. If you forgot to charge it for some reason, you can drop the other battery in here. So the rechargeable, you're not tossing away AAA batteries all the time. Super convenient, lightweight. Once again, it can stick in that little kangaroo pouch. The straps feel really good on my head. I don't mind it. Really good. The next thing is A waist lamp. I'd never run with a waist lamp before until my last 100. And that 100 was on flat bridle trail. It was not a flat course. It had some ups and downs. It was Umstead 100, so it's got, what, 8,000 feet of elevation. But this seemed to make a difference. I've run with it a couple times at night. It doesn't get too, you can put it right around your waist and it doesn't feel like you're tapping your bladder too much at all. It's got a real easy, once again, it recharges. You can put rechargeable batteries in this thing and it will last you, once again, all night long. Is the 600, whatever they call it. Yeah, 600-40. It's got this little guy in the back if you choose. I'll take this off for the race because I don't need another pad going around me or the weight for whatever reason. I'll just leave that off during the race. But I've used this and stuff in it during training runs and whatnot. Because I'll just wear this on training runs now. Like I wore it for my last long run. I wore it for like 4.5 hours with the headlamp. And I didn't even need them, but for the first hour of my run. Just to get that feeling and make sure everything's comfortable. And it's detachable. So you can use it around the campsite. Great campsite light as well. We'll give that a go. I plan on wearing both of them. If I don't feel like wearing that, I know that my wife, who will be with me in the overnight part from 50 to whatever, from 80, what's that? Canard, from Canard to the finish, which will be in the dark. She really like that because it gives good depth perception. I'm pretty good with my depth perception overall. Super fun hat we came across. Bought this in Seattle. It's Territory Run Company. I bought all of my friends who crewed me. This was their crew gift. Super inexpensive. I think it's like, I was getting them for like $18 at the time. I think they're 30 right now. Just a good, well-made hat. Worn a mess out of this thing. I'm usually not a hat guy, but the band around here during the summertime's just been life-saving. It just keeps the sweat out of you, keeps the sun off of you, and it's super well ventilated, so you don't feel like you're getting the, hat heat trapped in there. Dries out real quick. This is totally foldable, goes in the kangaroo pouch. Love that thing. So yeah, another good company. Seattle, yeah, they're a Seattle-based company. Good product, bought at a really nice local running store there in Seattle. And I think I'm only down to one more thing. I do believe. Yes, my watch. This is Suunto 9 Peak Pro Titanium. They're actually on sale right now. Darn it. I upgraded. I had a Ambient 3, which I'd used for five years. I think 5 years I'd had that Ambient 3. I love that watch. It just started losing its battery life. It wasn't going to become reliable to run an entire race anymore. Like it was really, its battery life was just tanking. That's how much I've used it in long periods of time. I got this, super satisfied. Once again, it has an amazing battery. The GPS on this thing tracks incredibly well, even at the 10-second refresh interval. It lasts, 26 and a half hours. I had it on my wrist and it still had like 18%. So 32-hour race, you still got this. And I was tracking, I think at 10. So I didn't even have it at its lowest setting. I had a couple features still on that I could have saved battery life with. Yeah, really love it. It's super light. Oh my God, I had this in my other one and it's like, oh, what in the world? Your wrist just like elevates and floats away with this thing on. Okay, that's enough for me. That's about all my gear. Don't know if this is going to help anybody or change everybody's mind, but just want to put it out there. This is all the crap that'll probably be on my body. Some of it, maybe not. Maybe it'll be warmer than I need some of this stuff on. Probably will go through all 3 pair of shoes. I will see that happening. Yeah, if it gets really cold, I have one of those lightweight Mountain Hardwear, I think, puffy jackets I've had for like 8 years. You know, I'll put that on if it's super cold or something. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I don't know. I could do one on nutrition, but everybody's nutrition's so sporadically different and all these things. Maybe I'll just say a couple things about nutrition. I've been doing the carb heavy nutrition, trying for the 300, 400 calorie an hour and 50 to 80 grams of carbohydrates. I've been doing that for the last two and a half years. 2.5 years since I started getting back into this. Had a real good discussion with one of my friends who's USATF, whatever, coach level 1. Yeah, anyway. She reads lots of books and keeps up on all this stuff, and she said I should try this stuff out because I had some nutritional weaverings here and there. It's worked out really good for me. I can handle it. You know, I can do 80 grams of carbs an hour out of different varying bars and mixtures of things. You know, I eat like 13 different things I've got for my race to have variation throughout the whole thing. Along with all the other regular foods and such. I do the salt stick pills, which are really heavy in the salt. I usually generally do those 1 an hour. Even if it's cold and you don't think you're sweating, you're still using all that mineral depletion and everything else. Your body needs to re-up. You can always go and take an hour off or whatever. I tend to just keep taking them until I don't feel like I need to anymore. Usually I just continue. So I'll be drinking my homemade drink mix, which is I've been using all summer. It's worked out really wonderful. It's blue agave, ginger syrup, blue agave syrup, multidextrin. What else am I putting in it? Just a hint of vinegar to cut some of that sweetness out. 2 teaspoons of magnesium powder, which is fun to just pour in some water and watch it fizz. Himalayan salt for another variation of salt. And this is all just a taste. So it's, those are some ingredients I put in. I've had really good luck. It is super clean and ridiculously cheap. I think it was $60 of investment with the multidextrin, which comes in like a pound pack or something like that. And the agave and the other syrups and the magnesium, those were the expensive part. I think it was right around $50, $60. I've drank all summer long. This last week's training, I made 3 gallons. If you make 3 gallons of any other bought powdered drink, you've spent, $90, $85, $100, depending on the powdered drink mix you make. I'll be having some of that with me. I'll make some when I get up there, and then the in-between times, I don't know if I will not be drinking the supplied drink mix that they have. It's got stevia in it. Even that small amount of stevia is scary. I do not do well with stevia. So that the drink mix is out for me. So I'll be drinking Scratch. I'll just carry my extra little bag of Scratch, for however long I need to be before I see my crew again or get to a drop bag again. That's about me on nutrition. Yeah. Was it squirrel butter, lube, yeah. Generally don't put on any deodorant because we stink enough anyway. Yeah, that's about it. You know, here we are in Taper. Friends and I were going to go for an hour and a half run tomorrow, hour and a half run Sunday. And then it's, you know, a couple hikes next week. And we're going to do a get together, all four of us and a larger group of us who are crewing us and just some other friends. We're meeting in the parking lot. We're going to have like a celebration. I have a unicorn manitard, as one of our trail running friends calls it. We're going to go out and run our unicorn. My other friend Riff, who's doing this, has the exact same one. I'll probably post some pictures of that. We're going to do our last run out there, hang out in the parking lot, have the little snacks and everything else, and just celebrate that we've accomplished this. So I hope this finds all of you well. Really hope this was recording the whole time. It took me about a half an hour to set up, and it's about 45 minutes worth of going through setting this up. You know, I'll do a little editing. I'll get all this tied in. You know, this is almost 2 hours worth of work, which is just really phenomenally incredible. And I'm not even doing the big stuff on it. So thank you all very much for watching. Let's get really excited. Let's be calm the next 2 weeks here. Now we've entered our taper phase after this weekend for most of us. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your families, enjoy some downtime, stretch, relax. Nothing's going anywhere. Have fun.